Hey everyone, I'm Sean, and I'm very excited to start a new virtual segment called the CoreCast. In each episode, we're going to highlight industry professionals from all different segments of the professional video industry. In addition to getting the insight from these industry leaders, we're going to be doing a live giveaway at the end of this broadcast. So tell your friends to hop on and watch too. We hope this gives everyone a break from all the things that have been going on lately. And we hope you're all being safe and doing well. Now, without further ado, we're thrilled to introduce our very first guest on the show, filmmaker Chris Ray.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Doing great. Thank you for coming on. Mm-hmm. So, how have you been doing out there, and are you working on anything cool right now, Chris?
Yeah, during this crazy time, obviously, I hope everybody's staying safe, and just trying to get through it. I've been very fortunate. I'm full time with DC Shoes, so I've been staying busy still. Luckily, I think the world is still striving, really wants that content, so I everything's been good. Been staying busy and staying safe and just keep trying to work and move forward.
Very cool. So for anybody who might not know Chris is one of the most respected filmmakers in the skateboarding industry. And in recent years, you've kind of expanded your horizons to other parts of the film industry. You've worked with companies, like you said, DC Shoes, NFL Films, Ford, GoPro, and even ESPN. So tell me a little bit about where you got your start and kind of how you got to that point.
Yeah, so I grew up skateboarding with my friends, and we always wanted to make skateboard videos, and we did that. I never thought that making those videos with my friends would get me to where I am at today, and I'm very fortunate. I've been surrounded by a great team of people, other filmmakers, great companies, great support. Starting out skateboarding, and then obviously moving forward, and now I'm over at DC Shoes, like you said, and working for DC has been fantastic. We're making obviously skateboard videos, what my passion is, but we're doing lifestyle. We're doing product videos, we're doing doc pieces. It's really opened up the just the filmmaking world for myself and our whole crew, because other people are seeing that, and we're getting hit up for jobs, and like you said, we're able to do stuff for ESPN and GoPro and all these other companies. So it's pretty exciting.
That certainly sounds like it. Mm-hmm. So do you have any sort of favorite projects that you've worked on?
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Most recently, Chase Webb and I, we just won X Games Real Street for the second year in a row. So that was pretty awesome. To be a part of a video contest that's on such a large platform that comes from something that I'm super passionate about, and that's skateboarding and making skateboard films. So to be able to do that, to make that content and have it showcase on ABC and ESPN, it just means a bigger audience can see it. So that's something that was super exciting. And then obviously you have the other end of it, where you make a skateboard piece, but yet you want the non-skateboarder to appreciate it. And I think that, we did a project called Lefty that was a DC project last year that was really showcased like inspiration, so whether you skateboard or not, this was definitely a piece that I think people really, really loved. It inspired them. He lost his arm in a car accident. It just showed how he didn't give up and how he kept going. And that's a piece that I'm super proud about. I was very passionate about that one. DC fully supported us in making that, and our crew did a fantastic job.
That's so cool. It's so cool you can use sort of your passion to make these sort of, really in-depth pieces about these stories and these people.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing every single time. It's just something I've been doing for a while, but it also feels like I haven't been doing it long at all, just because of how much fun it is.
So I know you talked about sort of the skateboarding video and that sort of side of things. Can you talk to me a little bit about kind of the setups that you've used and the rigs that you've been working with?
So, I have multiple rigs. Sometimes I'm shooting on a Red or a GH5, my GoPro. I've been testing out the Canon C500 a ton this last week. It really just depends on what the project is. It depends on what the subject is. With skateboarding, being run and gun is super important. I have to be able to be fast, quick, and ready to go. But really, for bigger production, that's when I might pull out the cart and have, the Movi Pro and everything set up. So I'm the kind of person that likes to just be prepared for everything. You know, I mean, tomorrow might be the smallest shoot ever. The following day might be the biggest shoot. And I enjoy all of them just as much.
That's so cool. And one of the reasons we're having you on here is because we know that you use Core SWX products in a lot of your rigs. So can you tell us a little bit like how you use Core products and if you have a favorite one?
Absolutely. I mean, Core's, I've been ambassador with Core for, oh man, we might be over 5 years now. And it's been a great brand that I'm a huge fan of. And, you know, all their products I trust, they're reliable. Obviously power is super important when it comes to shooting. I mean, you know, that's something that might be one of the most important things on your gear, because obviously it doesn't work without the power. One of my personal favorite products I'd probably say is the Evo. Anybody out there that uses the DSMC2 Red camera knows how slow it is. I mean, it is just, if you have to power down and power back up on a shoot and you need to be ready, like I said, I'm a running gun and I have to be prepared a lot of the times, it is a nightmare. So the Evo has helped me because I can just hot swap those batteries. I can pull a V-mount off and throw another one back on and just be ready to go. So that's probably my favorite product if I had to pick one.
That's super cool. And speaking of the Evo, for anybody that's listening to that and might use a DSMC2 or any other rig that you'd want to power up and not have to power down when you're swinging batteries, we're actually going to give away an Evo at the end of this broadcast. So if you want to comment, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on Facebook, what you would use an Evo for, we're going to pick one lucky winner to give away a brand new Evo to. And so before we sort of wrap things up, before we get to that, is there anything that, you know, people ask you for, any advice that young filmmakers might ask you for that you like to give out?
I mean, I get hit up a lot for, you know, just kind of like how people can get noticed or how they can get jobs and things like that. It's, you know, I get a lot of people that are sending me their reels, and it was funny. I was on a show the other day, and Iron Cloud was on it, and Jeremy from Iron Cloud was talking about how, you know, everybody has an amazing reel, you know, and the way he kind of put it was just like, everybody has an amazing reel. Everybody's a great filmmaker nowadays, and he's absolutely right. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are better than I am, but I think it takes more than that. I think it takes being a full package. If you could do more than one job, if you could film, you can edit, if you can storyboard, you can direct, you can produce. That's what companies want. They want to get the most for their buck. I think that's important. I think taking free jobs to make relationships is important. I mean, obviously you don't want to get taken advantage of, but those will help you make connections. You know, you earn trust, and trust is definitely the most important thing that I think anybody can ask for. You know, for instance, my crew with DC Films, I mean, it's the most incredible crew. I mean, it's a group of guys that I can easily just say, hey, we're doing this and we need to get this done. And there's not a single doubt of trust in that. You know, I mean, that's the most important thing. And I think that needs to show with everybody that you work with. That's super important.
That's so cool. And can you talk a little bit about sort of what you look for in a crew member and how you build that trust?
Yeah, I mean, I think just being reliable, you know, being easy to work with. I mean, you could be the best filmmaker in the world, but if you're a nightmare, I mean, people don't want to work with you. It's just how it works, you know. It's like any job. So I think being reliable, being a good person, you know what I mean? I think that's really what it takes.
Yeah, that's certainly very true. I want to talk to you a little bit about something we were speaking a little bit about before the show started, which was this video which you'd sent us, which was made with something called the Ray Rig.
Yeah.
You can tell us a little bit about what that is and what that means.
Yeah, so the Ray Rig spawned not long ago. It actually just launched from my buddy Keaton at Ascending Works. And, you know, just talking to him, he's just another creative filmmaker that, you know, inspires me. You know, I get inspired by other filmmakers. So we were chatting it up, and basically I've had this Kessler Crane Kill Shock that I've been doing a suction cup mounts to my hood, and Martin and I will go out and shoot a bunch of stuff, and I'm just like, man, I wish we could put it on the hitch. So I was talking to Keaton, and he basically was like, dude, I'll mock something up for you and design something and get it going. And within 4 days I had a prototype at my house, and then you know, not long after we had the final product, and that's incredible that he was able to put that together and really, you know, just be on it. But I think that that's just how filmmakers are, you know, and people that I'm surrounded by, they just want to get it done and get going. So it's been super fun. We filmed that motorcycle video. We've done a few other things since then, but just to have a car rig set up and go out, it's a fun, new, different thing.
That's so cool. It looks like it's such a fun thing to work with.
Yeah, it's to be like in the van and have small HD monitors set up and have like you know, just somebody's on the controller controlling the camera movement and things like that. It's fun, man. I mean, and for the price of it too, like it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to get, you know, up and running on a car rig, mount and things like that. So it's pretty exciting. Like we have fun with it. So we've been going out every weekend with it and just trying to get creative.
Very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask you a little bit about sort of these changing times that we're in right now.
Yep.
And, you know, as we're kind of moving, you know, there's been a lot of people that have been working from home, doing things from home. Mm-hmm. Have you been using social media at all? Is that at all important to you and your brand?
Yeah, I mean, I think social media is absolutely important. You know, I mean, whether you like it or not, I mean, I think there's a lot more positives to it than negatives for sure. You know, I think that the fact that you can reach out to anybody in the world that's on it and ask them a question or you know, get feedback or get inspired, you know, or you can even share your work. I mean, that's huge to me. The thing I think people forget about is that social media is about being social, you know, so I try my best personally to interact with people. I try to respond to people, not just post something and then just like walk away, you know, because it's social media. It's a chance for us to interact, you know? So, I'm a huge fan of it. And I love sharing the gear that I shoot with. I love to, you know, I get inspired by other filmmakers. You know, I'm not a competitive person. I'm not like a jealous person. I definitely enjoy seeing what other people do. And then that inspires me to go out and shoot. So hopefully the stuff that I share can inspire people also to go out there and get creative. And so the same thing, like with the car rig, like I'm doing that because I want people to see like, hey, look at this. You can do this too. Go have fun with it, because that's what we're doing.
That's so cool. And the people watching right now, they know where they can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Where can they find you, Chris?
I'm on Instagram, Chris Ray Films, and Facebook, and kind of, I think that's kind of what everybody's using nowadays. You know, I use Twitter for sports stuff usually. I follow NFL stuff, but yeah, mostly Instagram is where people can reach out to me on.
Very, very cool. So before we kind of wrap things up, do you have any cool things that people should be looking out for coming up from you?
We're currently right now, I'm editing a DC project called Domino. So that's going to be like a kind of a version of a full-length skate video, but broken up into sections. And that will come out on Thrasher and DC's YouTube. So that starts rolling out this month. It will come out weekly for about 5 weeks. That's pretty cool. We have a Ghost Skateboarding Day project that I'm pretty excited about. It was, you know, Ghost Skateboarding is June 21st. It's, I guess you could say it's a national holiday that's celebrated by skateboarders. But we wanted to make a passionate video piece about that, since there's not very many live activations happening lately. So hopefully that's a piece that will also inspire people, entertain people during this time.
That's so cool. And definitely keep a lookout for that. We want to thank you again, Chris, for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And before we forget, we want to announce the winner of our Evo giveaway, and that will be Zach G, who writes, Evo would be killer for professional sports content. Every cam I use on the sideline suffers from battery swaps and inopportune moments. Which is exactly what you're talking about, right?
Absolutely, exactly.
There we go. Awesome, awesome. So we want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Core SWX CoreCast, and we'll catch you on the next one.